Welcome to MacroCode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to create a simple ASP.NET Core web API using a Refit. So I'm going to show you guys how to use a Refit in ASP.NET Core API. So Refit is a library that simplifies calling REST APIs by generating type-safe, a strongly typed HTTP client interface in C#. So it actually allows developers to create an API client without writing explicit HTTP request handling code, and thus reducing the boilerplate and improving maintainability of the code. So what I want us to do is I want us to create a simple API. So I'll just create a simple API here. So I'll just say this is a Refit example API. So then we'll just create our simple project here. So that is our ASP.NET Core Web API in .NET 9.0. So this will be our sample demonstration of how you can actually use Refit in even ASP.NET Core MVC. So you can consume some of the data from the API and display them on the application. So if we just launch this API, so we have the program.cs file, we have the weather forecast class, and we also have the weather forecast controller. So if you launch here, so what you need to do, so let me just relaunch it. I just want to use IS Express. So if we launch this, we need to realize that you can actually see so we don't have Swagger. So here you just do open API / v1.json. So that will give you the endpoints that are there, and also you can be able to see how your API looks like. So we have the weather forecast, and we have one of the method here, get weather forecast action. So that is one way you can do that, but also you can also have you can also use Swagger. So Swagger, so currently Swagger is not the default API documentation in .NET Core. So you can comment the add open API, and you can also add Swagger. So I'll just add Swagger here. So you can do swash buckle swash. So let me just do swash buckle. This is the browse option. Then you can install some of the NuGets. So I'll just install the Swagger gen. I'll also install the Swagger UI. So I'll just accept that. I'll also install the Swagger UI, accept that, and also the Swagger NuGet. So once you have that, then the next thing that you need to do is you come here and just do builder services add Swagger. So there we go. So I've just added that. Then here you can also say app. So you'll just do app Swagger UI. You can also have it here, app Swagger. So here you can say use. This will be use Swagger. Sorry. So you can say here use Swagger. Use Swagger. So we can have this here. So you can have that here, and you can have this app Swagger. So I'll just say use Swagger, and they can do this. So once we have that, then if we launch this app now, so let's just launch the API, and you should be able to see a Swagger. So you can see we have our Swagger, and that is how you change from OpenAPI to this using Swagger. So if you try this out, you'll realize that you now get data from here. So some of you guys have actually, some of you guys are used to using Swagger rather than the other option. So you can still add that, and you can utilize it in your API. So you can see that's already there. Next thing that I want us to do now is I want us to check how we can actually utilize Refit. So the first thing to do is to install the Refit. So I'll just come here and install Refit. So I'll just do Refit. And once I have that, I can click on Refit, then install. So we are going to install two NuGet packages. So the first one is Refit and also the Refit HTTP client factory. So I'll also install that. So I'll apply, and that is okay. So once we have that, I want us to create a service, and I'm going to use a demo API. So here I'll just add a folder called services. So I'll just do services, and here I'll have a class called I'm going actually to add an interface called iPost. So I'll call it iPost. So this will be post service. So iPost service. So this will be my interface. Then I can create some of the endpoints here. So you can see even it is giving me the options. So I'll say get post async, get post by ID. I'll say create a post, update post, and even delete post. So that means you also need to create a model. So I'll create a model here a folder called models. Then we can have, so let me zoom this so that you can be able to see. So we can have here a class called posts. So we'll just do that. And on our post, I'm going to use a simple API. So I'm going to use this API here for posts. So this is the one. So as you can see, we need to create a model that will have these properties here. So user ID, title, and body. So what we need to do now, come to our post model. We need to have, so there we go. You see you have the ID, title, body, and the user ID. Do you have ID here? You have ID, user ID, title, and the body. So that is the ID, title, body, and the user ID. Do you need these others? No, we can remove these ones. So that was a very good suggestions. So, and you can actually utilize a Copilot, guys. As you can see, it makes your work easier, and you can even code faster. So here, we can now define the methods. So I'll just do here, this is a get posts. And also I need to import our model here now. I'll say use that. So it is getting our model from here. Then this one will be, I need to also use Refit. So you can see. Then here we can also say get posts. Then I can do by ID. Then this one will also be posts. And here I can also do put. And here I can also do delete. So those are some of the methods that you need to have. So you can create your interface like this, and this will apply to any kind of API, guys. In case you want to communicate to a certain API, that's how you can do it. So the next thing that we now have to do is you'll come to our program.cs, and I want us to register our service here. So I'll just say builder.services, then .add client. So here we are going to add Refit. So we'll get Refit client. So I'm going to add Refit client. Then I'll do here. There we go. So you can see it has given us our service. So our service name is this one. So you can copy and paste it here. Then you can import it. So you can see it is imported. And you can see configure HTTP client, our base address. It has even pasted the link. So this is our link. So you need to provide the link for the API. So there you go. But the reason as to why we are not doing /posts here, remember we've actually decorated our endpoints with the, so if you come here to the service, you see we've done this. So /post/post ID. So that's already done. So you don't need to do that. So I think that's cool up to there. So the next thing that we now have to do, I'll create a controller called post controller. So I'll just create an empty one. Then I can call this, it should be actually an API controller. Sorry guys, yes, so this should be an API controller. Then I'm going to say this is post controller. Then there we go. So the next thing to do is to create a constructor. Then I need to provide my my post service. So I'll do there. Then I can say this is I post service. Then I can call this post service. So this is underscore post service. Then I can inject this here. I can say this post service. Then I can reuse it here. So once I have this, then I can now create my endpoints. So I'll do a get one. So that is a get posts. So you can see this will give underscore post, then get post. I can also do post by ID. So you can see that way. Then I can, Copilot is working for me. So you can see here get post ID, then get post by ID async, and it will return that. Then you can also do a create. There we go. We have the create. We have this post. So this should be the model. So we should also import our model here. Then you can see here, if the post is null, it will return bad request. Create a post, so it will do create, and it will also return what it has created. So another one is to do a put, that's updating. So here we have update post. It will check if the post is null or the ID is not null. It will return a bad request if the ID is not null. So then if we have here the update, so it will do the update post and that. The next thing is to delete. So you can also do a delete endpoint. So you can see here we have delete post. It will actually do get post first. It will check if it exists. So if it doesn't exist, then it will return a not found. If it exists, then it will do a delete. So those are some of the endpoints that we have for this demo. So let's just launch our API and see. So you can see this is our Swagger loading, and we now have our post my API. We have all these endpoints. So after doing all those, so I want us to test our API. So if we come here and try our API, if we click execute, you should be able to see we are getting the data. So here we have the data of our posts. So if we come to go to our program.cs and check on this link, we should be able to see some of these posts. So here I'll go here and you'll be able to see this data here. So all this data is now on our API, so it is being retrieved. So you see here we have all this information. So you can also do retrieve by one. So this is a list. So we've actually done lists. We get all the posts, and you can also get a post by ID. So we pass this ID here. So let's just check. So you see it has retrieved only one record. So you can also, let's say we try to delete, not sure if it will work. If we execute this, you see it has actually given us a success. It says 204. So if we try to retrieve, we deleted with ID 14. So let's try to execute and see. Not sure if we are allowed to delete them. And yeah, you can see we don't have ID 14. So this is how, so let's retrieve ID 100. So if we do that, you'll see we have the record here. So that's a simple way to use a Refit, and you can actually use it in even some of the applications that you are using. You can use to pull data. You can even use with the mobile apps and even integrations. So I'm going to leave it there for today. And if you're new to this channel and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, like the video, and see you in our next episode. Bye.